Hello, this is Ben Muldrow with Arnett Muldrow & Associates, and I'm pleased to talk to you today about what we call Main5, Comprehensive Communication Planning for Main Street Organizations. You know, one of the biggest questions that we get asked is why in the world, after 40 plus years of doing Main Street, why does nobody know what Main Street is? Main Street executive directors across the country continually have to explain what it is that they do. And the elected officials don't necessarily have the highest level of awareness. Community members don't know that there's this great grassroots economic development engine that they can get involved with. So I think one of the biggest things that we always try to tell folks, and it's the perfect place to start, is always remember, we are not our audience. The people that we're communicating to don't know the things that we know already. They don't know what facade grants are. They don't know what a building inventory is. And I think that we need to step back and take this opportunity that we have to really think about, how do we describe Main Street? One of the biggest confusions is Main Street is both a destination and an organization wrapped up in one. We very quickly go to talk about tactics and things that we do, but one of the things that we don't take the time to talk about is the why. Why do we do what we do? Why are downtowns important? Why are historic buildings unique? Why does the look and feel of our districts matter? We so quickly go into talking about the low interest loan program that we launched or the street festival that we might have created, but we don't talk about the why. Why do you do what you do? As a Main Street executive director, why do you show up to work for every day? Why, as a business owner, as a board member, why are you taking the risk? Why are you investing the time? What is the purpose? That is such an important place to start. From there, you can go to how. Those are your tactics. And then even more general, the what. What is it that you do? And I'll give you some examples here in a second. But the biggest thing that you have to remember is order matters. You always start with the why. Emotions before data. This is so very important. In 2020, it is important for us to remember that facts are no longer facts. In fact, when you state facts and numbers, you automatically trigger the skeptical mind of the listener. When you lead with emotion, you make a connection and open a door for people to receive what it is that you have to share. And I think that's very, very important for us to remember. It's almost like we're always trying to legitimize our work with facts and figures, but we don't ever start with that emotional connection first. We don't open the doorway for our success to be realized. And I just want to share a quote with you that I always love from Andy Goodman. Said, "No one ever marched on Washington because of a pie chart." We are truly in the middle of a movement with everything that's going on around us and stores closing all around us and Main Street organizations becoming community therapists. It is as important now as ever for us to realize that emotions matter. And that simple question of why. One of the biggest things that our Main Street organizations do is they spend a tremendous amount of time with their boards going through and writing mission and vision statements. And albeit those statements are important, but I think oftentimes we forget what they're important for. Those are internal pieces. Those are helping to make sure that we're staying on mission. It is a rare occurrence that a mission or vision statement is going to be that motivation point that says, wow, I just read your mission and I've got to volunteer. One of the things that we truly believe is we believe that your board members should be able to have their own individualized springboard to tell others why they dedicate their time, why they invest in your organization. So we had an opportunity to work out in Oregon with Sherry and a conference that she had. And one of the things that I saw at this conference that I absolutely loved was this Main Street Mad Lib. And I'm going to leave this up on the screen for a second. I will actually see if I can link a PDF in the comment section of the YouTube video so you can actually download a PDF of this. But what this Main Street Mad Lib does is it adopts the mindset that every single board member should have their own individualized elevator speech. It's not about trying to make everybody say the same thing. It is about empowering each and every person to individualize their passion and share with others why they believe in their downtowns. So you can see it's a very simple statement, but it allows people to talk about what their passion points are. Couple quotes to share with you here. There are leaders and there are those who lead. Leaders hold a position of power or influence. Those who lead inspire us. Whether individuals or organizations, we follow those who lead not because we have to, but because we want to. We follow those who lead not for them, but for ourselves. And our Main Street organizations have this opportunity to create that inspiration and create an opportunity for each one of the people connected or affected by what Main Street does to better their own lives and better their own careers. So to summarize and wrap up kind of the big point of this first video, we talked about this idea of Main5. I've been working with Main Street communities for almost 20 years. And the thing that I have come to realize is every single Main Street organization out there shares the same 5 audiences. And those 5 audiences are donors, owners, public, volunteers, and the government. We need to be able to communicate to each one of those audiences. Those audiences are different. They need different messages. They need to be connected in different ways. But when you start to think about these 5 different audiences and you start to plan how you will communicate, you'll actually start to find that your transformational strategies, your work planning, the way that you approach progress can actually be shaped by effectively communicating to the audiences of Main Street. So, like I say, this is the first in a multi-part set of videos. I want to keep them nice and short and easy to digest. But in our subsequent videos, we're going to be spending some time talking about each one of these 5 audiences, how you go through the process with your own board of identifying the values and the whys for each one of those, and then sharing some wisdom that I might have gained in doing this exercise with multiple communities throughout the country. And then finally, there will be a 6th wrap-up video that will talk about action from there. So thank you so much for taking the opportunity and taking the time to listen to this video, and keep checking back and going through and developing a communication plan for your Main 5 audiences. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.